Hi, everyone, and welcome to the 28th episode of Battles and Voices. I'm Lathika, and I'm the founder and host. Battles and Voices celebrates the people behind healthcare, their stories, their journeys, and what keeps them inspired. Please welcome our guest, Reena. Reena, thank you so much for joining us on Battles and Voices. We're so excited to have you here today. To start things off, could you please introduce yourself and share a little bit about what you do?
So, hello everyone, I am Reena. I am an optometrist and ocularist from Hyderabad, India. I work at Reform Vision Eye Care Services.
Wonderful. So going into our first question, you have such an interesting combination of specialties like optometry and oculistry. So for those who might not know much about it, could you explain what each of those roles involve?
So, as an optometry involves mostly related to eye testing, diagnosing vision related problem, dealing with the partially visually impaired, like low vision aids, then fitting of specialty contact lenses for those who have corneal problems and so on. And as an ocularist, I mainly deal with customized artificial eye for people who have lost their eye due to any trauma or due to any infection. Doctor had to just enucleate their eye, and it is just like an empty socket. It gives a lot of emotional insecurity to the people. So to rehabilitate them, we make artificial.
That's wonderful. So you mentioned that your journey started when you visited an ophthalmologist at around 12 or 13 years old. What was about that experience that really inspired you to pursue this path?
So, little me, I was fascinated with all the equipments and machines that the ophthalmologist was using around that time. There are various machines wherein they test the eyes. So, I was so fascinated with them. That is the reason why I joined optometry.
That's wonderful. Again, you mentioned that you now work at Reform Vision. So, could you kind of explain to us what a typical day looks like for you?
So a typical day starts with my most of the time my work is involved in ocular history. And a day start with counseling the patient to detailing the customized eye that I'll be making for them, which involves painting the iris or painting the eye, making sure that everything is comfortable, patient is happy, patient is at his ease, basically.
That's nice. So again, you share that seeing your patients leave happy and satisfied keeps you motivated in doing what you do. Can you tell us about a moment or an experience that reminded you why you love what you do?
I was an intern at that time, and that was the first time I saw my senior who was making the artificial eye for the patient. And the moment he completed his complete procedure by taking 2 or 3 days, and once that was done, and uh, as soon as the patient saw his face in the mirror, patient was so happy. I mean, it was unexplainable. It made me feel like, wow. I mean, there is something that can be given to the patient, and we may not feel that much joy, but for those who have lost a body part, for them it gives a lot of joy to them. So that is the main reason for me to take ocular history, I would say.
Right, yeah, I agree. So what's the most rewarding or challenging part about creating a prosthetic eye that looks so natural?
Every process from taking impression to making, painting the iris and curing process, and the complete process needs a lot of accuracy, and that is very challenging at times.
So many patients who come to you have been through trauma or illness. How do you approach helping them not just physically, but emotionally during the whole process?
So whenever patient comes to me, they come with extreme high expectations. So first is to make them understand about their own condition is the bit challenging, but yes, that is something that once I achieve that, making them understand that this can go wrong here, this could be the process, this could happen, there are chances that your eye may droop and all, and taking in and while making the processes, taking inputs from the patients or from the patient's attenders. Ju- that is the just a second, please. Yeah, sorry.
No problem.
So, shall I start again?
Yeah, go ahead.
What was I saying?
Do you want me to repeat the question?
Please, please.
Okay. So many patients who come to you have been through trauma or illness. How do you approach helping them not just physically, but emotionally during the whole process?
So patients usually, whenever they come, they have like a lot of high expectations. So first is to bring down their expectations and make them understand their whole condition, how it is. And while during the process, what I usually do is taking feedbacks from the attenders and from the patient, that this is going to be like this, we can do this later, we can just try this, or we can do something else, we can give correction in the over the glasses and all. That is something that gives patient more confidence, and it also helps in bringing, what do we say, uh, I mean, they feel lot of connection, I would say, with the practice when I'm with me whenever I'm making that. So that is how I help them emotionally
That's
throughout the process.
that's nice. So coming from a small village in Gujarat and building your career in major cities like Mumbai and Hyderabad must have been quite a journey. So what lessons did you learn along the way that shaped who you are today?
So the lessons that I learn is first is staying humble, and second, stepping out of the comfort zone. These are the two main lessons I would say that help me reshape what I am right.
That's nice. Yes, I definitely agree. Stepping outside your comfort zone is something that needs to happen in someone's career. So yes, I definitely agree. So what advice would you give to students or young professionals who might be from smaller towns or have limited access to resources, but still have that dream of working in healthcare?
So I would like to tell them that even though you may have lesser resources, but if you are consistent in what you are doing, you can achieve the heights. There is no sky is the limit.
Hmm. I definitely agree. So again, you mentioned how important it is to bring confidence and joy back to your patients. How does it feel when you see that transformation happen in front of you?
It brings so joy, and it brings so, I mean, I don't know if there is any word for that
Hmm.
kind of emotion. It is unexplainable in words, I would say.
Hmm.
It makes me so happy that I cannot even express it.
Right, yeah. And finally, if you could share one message with aspiring healthcare professionals around the world, what would it be and why?
So I would like to tell them that just be please show empathy towards patients. We don't know from what background they are coming from. We don't know their mental health. We don't know their financial status. We don't know from which kind of situation they are coming from. Just your few kind words will give them a hope, and if even not hope, just make them feel happy from inside. They will not feel, if somebody is suffering from a serious disease, we don't know what the person is going through, and if we go and we just shout at them, they'll feel more depressed. So instead, if we just show them empathy, I mean, I guess we are just solving their half of the problem. We may not remember that patient in after around a week or a month, but that for that patient, that patient is already always going to remember you, that okay, X person from X hospital showed me such kindness. So I guess if we are showing empathy, that solves our problem, I feel.
That's nice. Yes, I agree. Serena, thank you so much for sharing your incredible story and experiences with us today. It's truly inspiring to see how your dedication and compassion have impacted so many lives. To everyone tuning in, thank you for joining us on this episode of Battles and Voices. Your support and positivity means the world to us. If you enjoyed this conversation, make sure to follow, share, and stay tuned for more episodes. We'll see you next time.